them to kind of kick up the action a little bit. And I don't know why I have that feeling, but I feel like with the addition of like some of those DLCs that came out for Resident Evil 7, like the Chris Redfield one, the Not a Hero DLC, where you know, you're able to punch enemies now, and there was End of Zoe where you play as Jack Baker, you know, and you literally just that whole game you just spend hand-to-hand combat, like fighting all kind of POWs and stuff like that. I feel like, you know, a lot of people really gravitated toward that kind of gameplay.
Right.
Me, not necessarily, because I prefer to feel like, you know, like it's a challenge, like it's a threat to have to dispatch an enemy, as opposed to like, oh yeah, like this is easy, you know. So I feel like they're definitely probably going to go in the direction of implementing some more action-oriented gameplay to some of these Resident Evils, and I think we're going to see, like, just for example, like starting with Resident Evil 3 Remake, you know, and naturally, you know, because Resident Evil 2, the jump from Resident Evil 2 to Resident Evil 3, even back then, there was a little bit more emphasis on action, because Jill was a fucking badass.
Slapping people in the face and shit.
Yeah, like, she was such a huge badass, and like, there was a dodge mechanic, and like, you have all these epic weapons, and the assault rifle.
You get like an assault rifle in that, That's crazy.
So I feel like, you know, they're going to follow that same theme with Resident Evil 3 Remake, and then Resident Evil 8 will probably have some more action. As far as Resident Evil the future goes, honestly, I'm really surprised by these Resident Evil 8 rumors, because
do you think it was going to be like something completely different?
Yeah, I really did, because I felt like, okay, so since they've done this Resident Evil 2 remake and everybody has like, you know, critically acclaimed that as like, holy shit, this is like everything, this is great, you know.
Yeah.
I thought that the next Resident Evil like numbered title would have the same kind of look and gameplay, where it's like over the shoulder but like claustrophobic, horrifying, you know, close quarters and stuff like that. But it was like, no, like they're continuing with the first person perspective, and I'm like, oh, okay, so didn't see that coming.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, like, did you think that they were gonna continue that, like, do the first person thing, like, like, or just make it like do you think that's gonna be like the style going forward for all like Resident Evil games? I mean, the remakes haven't been that, like RE2 remake and RE3 remake. It doesn't seem like it's gonna be first person, but do you think like the numbered entries will just be that from now on?
Well, if we go by this pattern, from the Resident Evil games. So you got 1, 2, and 3 that were the camera angles, and then you had 4, 5, and 6 that was over the shoulder, and now you have 7 and I guess 8. So we probably until Resident Evil 10, we probably might not get a different like.
Resident Evil 10. That's insane to think about. Like, I've been following the series for like years, so like since I was a kid and since they first came out. To think of like Resident Evil 10, I'm like, holy shit! But I guess it'll eventually happen.
You know, and the series, like, you know, it's crazy to think that from back then, it's like you picked a franchise to kind of latch onto that would really thrive this long, you know, like. To think that it would go on for this long, I mean, for fuck's sake, like, it's had 6 live-action movies, all of them, even if they haven't really been the greatest, they've done remarkably well financially worldwide, you know, like.
That's my response to the movies, but it's okay. Also, in case anybody does watch mine in the future, I literally just backtracked for no reason because I'm an asshole, so I just restarted from my last checkpoint. Anyway, I just wanted to clarify that, but keep going with your answer, Josh. So is that what you just think is going to happen from now on, or do you think? I'm sure something eventually will change, though. You know how like every couple years something drastically does change within the series. Maybe the first person thing will stick for a little bit, then maybe they'll try something else again, which I kind of hope, just because I'm not a fan of. It's not that I'm not a fan of first person horror games. Like I said, I play a lot of them. I just don't think it fits for Resident Evil, just personally, in my opinion. But I don't know. No, I do like that the remakes are at least over the shoulder. Like, it would be kind of cool if the remakes were fixed camera angles, but I doubt they would ever do that.
Yeah.
It'd be cool if they did do that again, but I don't know. Or at least have I think you posted something on the other day on Twitter, Josh, where you said it would have been cool if there was at least like an option for like throwback fans of like Resident Evil 2, like to have that. Or you could unlock it maybe after your first playthrough or something. That would have been really, really cool.
Yeah, I mean, that game it kind of suffered from the lack of replayability, to be honest.
Right.
There wasn't really much to go back to after you beat it, and even the multiple kind of like ghost survivors.
Yeah.
There's only so much before it was like, okay, like there's no reason to play this again.
Which is a shame because like Resident Evil games like usually have at least something you want to go back and try to unlock or get or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a shame.
Yeah. Yeah, so, like, I felt personally like it would have been nice to have that option. And, with my Twitter, with my Twitter account, like, I always, I always express, takes that, sometimes they don't appeal to everyone.
Right.
But I always, regardless if they don't agree, like, I always try to create, like, this environment where everybody feels like their voices are valid and that they're not
right. Which is nice. That's awesome that you do that because again, I feel like just from personal experiences that I've been through, I feel like it's really hard to have a differing opinion nowadays. I hate to sound like super like cynical or like being like I'm just so negative and being an asshole, but I just feel like for me personally, I've always dealt with when I'm like, oh, I didn't really like RE7, or oh, I'm not as hyped about the RE2, or even when I just point out some of the flaws of RE2 Remake that I felt like were flaws, it's like, no, you just have to like it. What are you talking about? Like, it's like I've had people on Twitter and I've had to like mute the conversation because they'll just keep blowing my shit up. Like, no, you're wrong, and I'm like, dude, are you serious? Like, that's ridiculous. Come on now, like we can all coexist and be friends and be fans of the series without having differing opinions makes the conversations interesting. And I'm not gonna fucking come at your throat because Josh, you're like, oh well, I kind of liked RE7, Brady. I'm not gonna be like, well, fuck you, you're a fucking idiot, because like no, I would never ever do that. So I don't know.
I'm gonna interrupt for a second and mute, and I'll be back in a second. But
don't leave us like you did last time.
Well, that won't happen. But I'm gonna wait for you because I am at the comms officer. So I'll be back in a minute.
Did you get the rifle?
I did. Yeah. No, I found it.
What? You have to? Oh fuck! All right, I'm about to go do that.
Go up. Do you not remember? Even though you just said, "Oh, I can show you."
No, I really don't remember. How do I get there?
Go in the main that big room, and you go all the way to the top where you have to.
Do I need a key for that room?
No, you don't.
All right, I'm just gonna do it without it. Now I'll get it later.
All right.
Well, Dylan, you better think of your answer because you have to answer next.
Oh, you saved yourself for last?
Oh, like, I don't know. I don't have to. Oh my gosh. No, I don't have to, I guess. I mean, mine would be like very brief. I just wait, the question was, what do I think is going to happen in the future with Resident Evil, or what do I want to happen?
I guess it's kind of like that. It's what do you expect from
what
the
do I
future?
expect? I expect to be disappointed at the end.
Oh God.
I'm sorry, I told you I am a negative Nancy, but with the way that I felt about RE7 and with the leaks, again, not confirmed anything, but with the leaks of RE8, I just feel like for me personally, oh God, this is so. I'm a controversial person. You can't talk to me, Josh, about these. But for me personally, for Brandy, I would say my last name, but I don't know if I should. But for Brandy, me, I feel like at this point, if the series continues in the way that RE7 did, I would just kind of be okay with being up to RE6, or I guess Vendetta in the canon order would be like the last thing that I would have appreciated, the movie Vendetta, and then I would kind of be done with the series. And that sounds terrible. It's like, oh, you would end on RE6 or you would end on Vendetta, because neither one of them were that great. But I would rather end with the characters than not have them and end with RE7, if that makes sense to people. And the fact that Ethan is rumored to come back for RE8, I don't know. Yeah. I just don't feel like that's not my Resident Evil. But no, I mean, that's just how I feel. And I am an OG fan. Like, I've grown up with this series, and people are always like, oh my God, these OG fans coming in thinking they know everything. No, it's not even that. It's just that there's certain things that I like about the series and I like about the original games that I feel like is just lacking in the newer, and in a lot of the newer ones, not just RE7, that I'm just like, oh, I could be done with the series at this point as I sit here and play Revelations, which is relatively new compared to some of the other ones. But I don't know. That's just my opinion. But we'll see what Dylan says when he comes back. But how do you turn the power on? I'm sitting here like, do you remember when you go down to that one elevator and it's like you need to turn the power on? Do you know what I'm talking about? How do I do that? I don't remember this game at all. How do you... You would probably have to see what I'm doing. Yeah, Dylan apparently did it because he's already at the comms officer, and I'm just like running around. Probably because we're also talking and I'm getting super distracted. I can't multitask. How do I have a job in the medical field? I can't multitask. I actually,
Resident Evil, he said Resident Evil 8 sounds like a circus, and then he also said, I like her, she's so honest, and then...
Oh, well, thank you! I appreciate it.
Also said, well, we kind of do know everything, LOL. We're OGs for a reason. Wow.
Oh,
that's
wow.
a very interesting take.
Well, I like that they're being super supportive for me.
By the way.
I heard you, Dill Pickle. No, I like that they're being like nice to me because again, like I just always, again, it's not even like a fear. That sounds terrible to say that, but I just always feel like people are gonna be like, and then I'll just ignore it and just move on with my life. But like I always feel like people are gonna be like, this bitch and her opinions and she talks so fast and she thinks that she's like knows everything, and I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, but no, I appreciate your guys' nice comments. Somebody said I'm honest and they like me. That's awesome. Cheers. Here's my beer. Here's me cheersing a cold beer to a beer I just drank. Sorry.
You actually clinked it. I am dying right now. Like, oh. Let's see. Diveball just said, expecting the worst with Resident Evil 8. Ethan literally has no other purpose of existing since he already got his wife back.
That's what I was saying. Yeah.
Is like expecting Ellen Ripley to be in every Alien film. Wow.
That's interesting. Yeah. But I mean, they do reuse a lot, like characters a lot in Resident Evil. Like Leon, I am a Leon fangirl till the day I die. Trust me, I love RE4, but I think he's been overused a lot, and even as of late, Chris has been overused a lot. Like, where the fuck is Jill? Can we please get another Jill game? I love her.
Why were the girls pushed off to this side spin-off series? Might I ask?
I know. Okay, so here's the tea.
Here's the tea.
Apparently, Resident Evil 6 was supposed to, and this is by this person on Twitter who has proven to be correct about a lot of things about future games, like they usually leak stuff or whatever. But this person, they said that Resident Evil 6 was initially supposed to have Claire as DLC.
Oh,
DLC campaign.
Really?
Right?
Wow.
Yeah, and apparently she would be in the Tall Oaks segment of the game with TerraSave, kind of like camped out, like on the outskirts or something, to like help all these civilians, and she would.
That's really cool. Did
that
they
is
not
cool.
Do that because 6 didn't get any DLC. I'm guessing because
of how bad it was received.
Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting.
That's why they because of the DLC. I mean, because Resident Evil 6 was critically panned. Like they didn't really kind of go through with that, and instead, because they were also in early stages of planning like a more survival game with Barry. He was going to get his own game, right?
Oh, I had heard that. Yeah, I feel like I'd heard that, but I didn't know about the Claire thing at all. That's cool.
Yeah, Barry was going to get his own game apparently, and he was like, it wasn't just going to be Moira who was kidnapped. It was going to be Polly as well, both of his daughters.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, he was supposed to kind of like go to this mysterious island, and there would be like a lot of survival like aspects to the gameplay, like having to like find like sustenance and like hunt and stuff like that. So a lot of those things that they said did turn out to be true, because they said that because Resident Evil 6 was so critically panned, they just took the assets from Claire's campaign with TerraSave and Barry's game whole survival thing, and they just meshed it together, and then boom, Revelations 2,
Okay, that I guess makes sense somewhat.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you can see some of the survival aspects in there because Moira, like when she has her own campaign, she has to like hunt for food and stuff like that.
Oh, that shit! Fuck that shit! It's so goddamn hard. Holy shit! Dylan made me play that.
I made you. No, the canon made you, Brandy. You want a fun fact on that, Josh? I told you we beat the timeline once before.
Shut up, Dylan.
That was the one thing that Brandy never beat.
It's fucking hard. I didn't know you had to have enough rabbits to eat before you could survive or some shit. And Dylan's like, make sure you. It's hard.
Make sure you kill enough rabbits.
Make sure you kill enough wildlife.
I don't know where you are, but I'm right at the dude. So.
Oh, I'm still backtracking. I'm getting there. You can just go. It's fine.
Yeah,
I'll survive somehow.
I think I got everything. Oh, fuck off.
Well, apparently you didn't. Wait, Dylan, you were supposed to answer the question.
Wait, I can't now. No, I can't do it now. Not with this.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, no, Resident Evil 8.
Resident Evil. No. He said, "What do you expect from the series going forward?"
Going forward.
Because that's going to be kind of like a long tangent, but I'm just going to read some of these comments here.
Okay. That we've gotten since then.
Okay.
Yeah. Somebody said, Xenon said, even though we'll be getting Jill in Resident Evil 3 Remake, do you guys think Jill should return in a new main number Resident Evil game?
Yes.
They haven't done anything with her since Resident Evil 5 and Revelation.
Yeah.
And to answer your question, Jill Mantis, he just asked, no, they didn't mention Claire at all in Resident Evil 7, unfortunately. So, yeah.
They mentioned Alyssa from Outbreak, which I fucking love.
Yeah, that they did mention Alyssa from Outbreak, so that makes the whole dispute about Resident Evil Outbreak not being canon just moot at this point.
I know.
Resident Evil Outbreak is actually considered canon because of that.
One of my favorite things about Remake 2 was there was so many references to Outbreak.
Yeah, there was.
I love that so much. I fucking love Outbreak.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, I'm sorry for interrupting. So continue your expectations on Resident Evil 8 and the future of Resident Evil. Like, what do you think?
Oh, me? Sorry,
Yeah, because I already went.
Yeah. I don't know. I expected before we heard some of the leaks that I thought the main series games would sort of become the gameplay would become the Remake 2, Remake 3 because I thought everyone was so happy with that. Like it.
Yeah.
It was a good middle ground for people that love 7 and things like that.
Yeah.
But now I'm just disappointed with those leaks, and if any are to be true. I did not want another Resident Evil 7 personally.
Yeah.
So the fact that it's going to be another Resident Evil 7 is kind of a bummer. So I could see that just being a continuation. You know, as long as it's still popular, they'll keep going with that kind of.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Gameplay and maybe not using our characters that much.
Yeah.
That's the part that makes me the most sad. Like, I know that the leaks say that Chris is going to somehow be involved too, but again, Chris, I don't know. I just think that, and Chris is honestly at this point overused. I'm glad that he's an OG character, but I just wish that they would use somebody like Jill. Really deserves a comeback. Billy Cohen deserves a comeback. Guess what? I'm never going to get that I want. But just saying, I don't know.
Yeah.
By the way, I just found the rifle, Dylan, so I'm about to be fighting the same dude you are. But anyway.
Stop knocking me over if I'm trying to fucking snipe him, you fucker.
That's
hear that.
Oh,
They totally are ignoring.
watch it.
Oh, some part of me wishes I was just watching Dylan, so I didn't have to play my part either and just watch you.
I know. Well, I thought he instant killed me through the wall.
Wait, are you fighting him right now?
Yes.
Oh, well, great. Well, then Dylan's gonna be MIA for a little bit. But you gotta multitask, Dylan. You gotta talk to us and play.
Well.
Well.
That's a tall thing to ask. That's this boss fight.
This boss fight is kind of bullshit. I like this boss fight though, honestly. Am I crazy? I really do like it.
I like the design.
I think it's
of him
fun.
a lot.
Yeah, and I like the design. And the Mayday's
and
creepy as fuck. Like, he sounds.
The Mayday is really creepy, and then it was even made more creepier when I read that he's not saying it because he's gonna instant kill me. He's not saying it because that's what he said as a human, which is what you would expect. He's saying it because something like he is just dead, and it's just saying randomness.
I know, that's actually really creepy. He's
His
like
brain is
insane or
still
something.
kind of active, and then there's something, Yeah.
That's creepy.
Okay.
Something happened.
Yeah, so the comments here. Resident Evil said, I didn't like Parker as a partner. I'm used to something just a little bit different, because they put it different in all caps.
What, somebody hot or something? Or like, what does that mean? That's mean. I shouldn't say that.
And then they also go on to say he's just as useful as Moira with that damn flashlight.
That's true, actually.
And then Dieball said Billy Korn would need a Resident Evil themed Splinter Cell game dedicated to going after the military officers that imprisoned him.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be cool.
That would be awesome.
So Resident Evil said not Korn because like he made a typo, and
Right.
He meant Cohen, I'm sure.
Yeah. Billy Korn, that's cute. I like it.
And then Handsome says, hell, I was screaming, Mayday! First time I played this boss.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. And then Raw Sandwich just said, Billy Korn, we stand.
We stand. Oh, we do. We stand Billy Korn. I like it. I'm gonna call him that from now on. Billy Korn. Whoever. Wait, who did that typo? Because that's gonna be the new thing we use in these streams. Billy Korn. I love it.
Resident Evil said Billy Korn, no cob. Like, I'm trying.
No, no Cobb. I love it. Oh my god, this is great. My favorite character is getting a cute little nickname. I love it. Oh my god. All from a typo. Like, I love that. He's like, oh man, I really didn't mean to do that. Now we're all like, hey, it's fine. It's cute.
Yeah, it worked.
It works. He's Billy Korn on the cob. Aw. Oh, shit.
So, let's see.
So are there any other questions, or if there aren't in the chat, like, do you have any, Josh, or do we have any that we can start a new conversation about? Anything Resident Evil related, just shoot them at us. I will be unapologetically myself, as I have been so far.
Oh my.
We love to see it, so keep doing it. Like, let's see. Hanson said, this boss chopped me in half first time I played this, good god.
Yeah, no, this boss can be a bitch, and I'm not even there yet, so great. Can't wait.
Oh, I almost shot Parker because he jumped through the window. Oh, what the fuck?
So, I mean, I guess we can turn it back to you guys. Like, we've been talking about, like, our favorite aspects about the franchise and, characters that we love. So, like, what do you guys, like, who's a character that just stands out for you guys that you guys are just like, fuck yeah, I really love this character?
Well, I wonder who my choice will be.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, Dylan, I mean, I always talk about Billy, and I mean, I go on, and that will probably be my choice. So I think I know who you would pick, but who would you pick as, like, right now as we're talking?
But for, like, favorite character.
Or just like somebody like Josh said that just stands out, that somebody you're like, oh yeah, they're such a good character. Or maybe somebody you wish would come back that we haven't seen in a while. Just like, I guess anybody that you really, really like.
Oh shit, hold on, he's gonna kill me.
He's getting killed.
Jessica.
Oh my god, you can't say her.
Yes,
it's
I
like
can. Yes, I can. Don't you tell me I can't say her. Oh my god.
What if she doesn't, what if she's dead? She's not dead.
Well, we got a Sheva here in the comments, so that's awesome.
Wait, we got a what?
A Sheva here. Somebody said that they love Sheva, so that's pretty
cool.
cool.
Yeah.
That was an awesome.
I like the ones that don't get recognized as much when people say, like, if they're a really good character and they're like, hey, I miss this person, I like that. Like, I feel like, because I mean, I kind of pick an underdog one when I pick Billy. I feel like even though he was a main character, and like you said, Josh, you don't feel like anybody's ever been like, oh, fuck Billy Cohen. Like, everybody likes him. I think he's, like, well received in the series, but I do feel like sometimes he gets kind of, like, forgotten about because everybody else has really come back from, like, the main entry. Like, even Rebecca has came back in Vendetta, but we just never have seen Billy again. It's like, was he just supposed to be an RE0 to, like, make Rebecca cooler, and then now he's just not coming back anymore? It's very sad.
Yeah. Oh my god. Fuck.
What happened?
No. Handsome always gave me a heart attack because he said Ethan ... and then he made another.
He's like
comment
JK.
saying, yeah.
Just kidding. He said he gave me a heart attack. See, I mean, it's funny because even people that like RE7 or don't have as many complaints about it as I do don't even fucking like Ethan. Like, come on now. Everybody knows he's super, like, boring and, like, don't want him to come back. Come on, Capcom. Ooh, sorry, I just burped. Oh, I gotta mute this when I burp. I'm sorry. I'm drinking beer. I'm sorry.
You're totally fine.
I feel super rude. I'm supposed to be like, you know, polite or whatever because I'm a girl, right? Is that how it I'm not even supposed to be drinking beer. I'm supposed to be drinking some like sweet Moscato wine or some shit since I'm a girl, right? Nah, I'll be all right.
We love breaking the cliches. So,
yeah.
You know, like...
No, literally friends of mine do make fun of me like, oh my god, Brandy, you're like the only girl of the group that drinks beer. I'm like, fuck you guys. It's better than your sweet ass sugary mixed drinks you drink. Like, shut up. Oh man. I'm like the guy of my girlfriend group. Is that fine? That's fine.
And I'm like the guy of my gay friend group. So is that cool?
I love it. Wait, Josh, I've been wanting to ask you this. I mean, we can definitely keep going back to the chats too, but just personally, like, what's your like drink of choice, and do you drink beer at all if you do drink, or when you do drink?
No, of course. So when it comes to alcohol, like, I'll take anything as long as it gets the job done. You know?
Right.
You know, like, so I have a lot of friends that don't like beer, you know.
Right.
And,
it is an acquired taste, I'll say that, but...
yeah, you know, but I'm just like, after a while, I stopped tasting it, so it's like, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, and some beer can be really good. So, like, yeah, I drink just about anything, but I guess my favorite, like, alcoholic drink, you know, is probably, like, tequila. You know,
oh god, you're cray. How do you do that? Oh my god, I would die. Like I'm only 25 years old and I'm already burnt out on like I can't drink liquor anymore. Like it sounds terrible, but like when I first started drinking when I was like in high school, ha. No, I didn't drink in high school. I drank like vodka and shit, and I thought I was like the coolest, like biggest bitch in the world. And now I'm like, holy shit, I'd rather just drink a beer and like not throw up the next day or whatever. Like I'm fine. I do drink wine sometimes. Yeah, I drink red wine every now and then, but beer's like the only thing I can handle anymore. I'm like a big pussy, but like I'll go to the bar with one of my friends and she'll be like, hey Brandy, I'm buying us a shot, and I'm like, girl, do you know who I am? She's like, I'm buying you a shot, and like then I feel bad because she already buys it, so I feel like I have to do it, and then I almost die every single time. But I swear I'm a big baby when it comes to like drinking. That's why I just stick to my beer. Oh god. I don't know, and I feel like beer gives you like a real chill, like drunk too. Like I could sit here on this stream probably all night and sip a few beers, and you guys probably wouldn't. Well, you'd probably be able to tell I was a little drunk, but yeah, I just get like a tipsiness from it. Whereas if I drink like liquor, I'll be like, hey guys, like I'll just be really obnoxious.
Yeah.
I'm already obnoxious, so imagine my personality times like a million. That's liquor. That's liquor, Brandy. And my name's Brandy. I'm named after a liquor. I should drink it, right?
Yeah, exactly. We got some comments here ever since that. Okay. We have, let's see, we have
Oh, shit.
I Love Sheva. We already covered that.
That's
Then
awesome.
We have, Dieball said, Claire needs a game dedicated to laying her Steve-related demons to rest.
Oh, that's interesting. No, that sounds really awesome the way they worded that, actually.
Yeah,
I could see that working.
Yeah, because, I mean, like, even though I didn't like Resident Evil Revelations 2 because Claire was a man, like,
Wait. What? That's so great. You just said that. Can relate, and get it.
Like, I did enjoy the game. Like,
I agree.
In itself, because, like, the story, I felt like
the story was
really
good. Barry was awesome in it. Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah. Barry was awesome. Moira, totally. I don't know. Like for some reason, she just kind of like started to really like. I felt like I don't know. Like I started to warm up to her character. Like
Moira's great. Brandy.
Yeah, thanks to it.
When she's like a little bitch to Barry.
As I I'm like, you can't disrespect Barry. You know who he is. He is the most famous man in this franchise. That just makes me mad. But I like the story. I do like their dark like story with like, you know, Polly and everything. Like that thing was that whole thing was really cool. Like when you end up finding out why Moira is such a bitch, it makes way more sense. Like at first when they were just like giving her these stupid lines to say like moist barrel of fucks, like who the fuck actually talks? Like does Capcom think that's how American teenagers like speak? I don't know. But
yeah, you know what it was, and like you know, like shots fired here, but like, I feel like after the success and of Ellie from The Last of Us. And
oh yeah, I didn't even think about that. That's true. Yeah.
They saw that
I always
Ellie
thought she was very similar to who was also a popular character for different reasons. What's her name from Life is Strange, Brandy?
Chloe. Chloe from Life is Strange. Yeah. No, that's interesting. Yeah, but the Ellie comparison makes a lot of sense because Ellie was very like, she's supposed to be like 14 in the first game, and she cusses a lot. She says the F word, but it works for Ellie also because she grew up in this apocalyptic world. Like she doesn't really know anybody. Like she doesn't know that well maybe she does, but she don't give a fuck. She's just like fuck. We're in the apocalypse. Who cares if you're proper at this point? But I mean, no, that's a good I never thought about that because she was so popular. Maybe they were kind of going for something like that with Moira. Maybe I don't know. That's interesting though. Did he die? Oh, I killed him. I killed the comms officer. I rule anyway.
I was gonna ask if you had.
No, I didn't die by him. I was just sitting there enjoying our. I feel like conversation actually, while it might distract some people when they play games, it actually helps me because we were just sitting there.
It distracts me.
Yeah, that's why.
You always say I could sit down and play Resident Evil 4 with a beer. I'm like, I could not.
Oh yeah, I beer relaxes me. This conversation is relaxing me. We all good. We vibing up in this bitch. Oh fuck.
Yeah.
As I get hit, I'm like we vibing, and then I get hit. But yeah, no. Are there? Oh fuck.
He just said Jill is my favorite, but I just feel like she was at her best in Resident Evil 3. She just kind of fell. She just fell kind of flat after that game. But I still love her, and I hope she gets that spunk back in the remake.
Who said that? Resident Evil. No, because while I love to, highlight Billy and fucking be on his dick as much as possible, my actual favorite character is Jill. I mean, Dylan and I have always bonded and agreed over that too, that Jill is like one of the best characters in Resident Evil. I don't know, and I absolutely loved her in. What made me love her was actually I loved her in RE3 as well, but I think remake the RE1 remake made me really see Jill. Like I don't know, it's just like the Julia Voth face model with like Heidi being her voice, and then. I mean, even when Patricia took over in RE5 and she got even more depth, I was like, holy shit, this is a really good character. So I really do think Jill needs to make a comeback and not just in like a spin-off or a side game. Like she needs to have... I was hoping RE8 would be like, they would realize like, okay, people want to see the characters come back. Let's at least fit. If they are going to start over with a whole bunch of new characters, that's fine. But can we at least end the characters at least get some closure on like what's going to happen with them, whether they retire, whether they kill some of them off, which whatever. I mean, at this point, whatever, just let them have a definitive ending. That Billy Cohen never got, by the way, just saying.
Yeah, exactly. And that was one of my things as well. Like,
you posted something on Twitter about that recently. I think I retweeted it because it was a really good point. You're like, if we're gonna start over, that's fine, but can we at least get some endings on like what's gonna happen with them? Which makes sense. So it's like the logical thing.
Exactly. Like wrap up these characters. Like before you jump on to kind of like this whole new cast of characters, because I totally understand like. For instance, like Ada, canonically, she's like 46 now.
Yeah.
I see her grappling hooking around in that age is like, all right, hang it up, sis. Like, enough.
I don't know. She's the hottest 40-year-old I've ever seen with her wearing leather pants and zipping around like Catwoman.
Zipping around.
Yeah, exactly. And so. Like, with that, in mind, it's like, okay, so maybe it's time to kind of, like, give these characters, like, one last hurrah. Don't kill them, but that would, like, break a lot of hearts. But, like, give them some kind of closure that it's like, okay, they're passing the torch to, like, a new generation of, characters or something, And I feel like that would be okay, but,
Yeah, I agree.
Comments here, we have, Handsome joked around with Ethan. Ross said that Sheva gets the bad rap because of the awkward AI. Totally agree with that.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Resident Evil said that Sheva is the best. She made Resident Evil 5 so much better. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. Honestly, like, a lot of people will say, like, yeah, it should have been Barry who was, Chris's partner, which certainly does make sense, because, like, if Jill were to just be missing and then there's some kind of intel, I'm sure Barry would be like, because Barry, that's like a daughter to him, I would feel
yeah, that's true. It's true.
I would I feel like he would want to be involved in that search, but, you know, if we couldn't get that, I'm glad that Sheva didn't turn out to be like an obnoxious Helena character, and she actually
That's true, though. No, that's a really good point, because I am definitely one of those fans that always think about, like, oh, it would have been cooler to have Barry, because even that line that Wesker says, like, this is one big family reunion, even though he totally could be referencing him, Jill, and Chris, it would have been so much more effective if Barry was there as well, and we had, like, an RE1 callback. But with that being said, even though I am one of those fans that probably, like, do always think, like, oh, it probably would have been better if it was Barry, I agree with what you just said. That's a really good point. Like, at least Sheva was a good character, and she wasn't just this obnoxious, like, character thrown in to sort of, like, you know, she was actually good, so I can agree with that. I really do like Sheva.
And another thing is that, you know, unlike, you know, like Helena and, you know, like Jake and stuff like that, like, who were the side characters who weren't, like, you know, returning characters, they didn't make the primary, like, focus of the campaign about Sheva. It was still about Chris.
It was still about Chris and his journey. And the fact that she even is willing to follow along with him after he says he's looking for Jill, because she's even like, that's kind of stupid, where we should get out of here. But then then she, like, goes with him because she's, like, very loyal. Like, her character's very loyal. I like that about her a lot. So I can agree with Sheva being a super good character.
Definitely. Let's see who we got here. Resident Evil said hashtag Queen of Beer, so that was to you.
Well, thank you.
Then,
that's a compliment to me, so thank you.
Then Hanson said Chris and Claire are probably my favorite.
Siblings.
Tyrone. Tyrone is.
I'm not supposed to know who that is. Oh.
Yeah, it's a joke because there's this character in the new Resident Evil Resistance game named Tyrone.
Okay, I thought that's who that was, but I was like, I don't want to be wrong because I don't really know a lot about that either. So.
Yeah. Ross Sandwich just said Josh has taste, and thank you for that. I appreciate that, Ross. Let's see. I guess Ross also was agreeing with you. He said, I feel that with beer, liquors are dangerous.
There we go. Thank you so much. I appreciate that I am not the only one that says, hey, I'm a huge coward and I can't do shots. Not that you said that, but I'm saying, like, I have to at least have, like, 6 beers before I would even consider doing a shot. And even then, it's kind of like, And I do shots like a little baby. Like, I do, like, half of it and I put it down and then I'll do the other half and everybody at the bar makes fun of me. But guess what? I am what I am.
Yeah, you're not trying to throw up, you know? Like,
right? Exactly. I don't want to throw up right in your face. I mean...
Exactly. Let's see. Hanson said Revelations 2 felt inspired by The Last of Us.
Oh, that's a good... Oh, if you think about it, that could be a thing, because Barry's whole, like, relationship with Natalia and everything could be similar to, like, Joel and Ellie, which is super cute. And then, well, like, and all his angst with, like, Moira. That's actually interesting to think about.
Definitely. Let's see.
I love The Last of Us, by the way. Shout out Last of Us, amazing game.
Same. Ross said, Not a Hero was a great opportunity for a Jill cameo.
Or mention, yeah.
I saw that comment, but I was just thinking, oh god, but a mention would have been cool, but did we want to potentially see a rushed RE Engine version of Jill like Chris?
Oh god.
Maybe not. Maybe you make a good point.
And I think I can do one more episode, and then I'll have to stop. But I just started
that's fine.
episode 4.
Okay, that's fine.
They just agreed. They said, "Oh God, excellent point." So,
excellent point. Oh, I went the wrong way.
And then I guess that Resident Evil is talking about Claire in Revelations 2 here, but he said, "Oh shit, I forgot Kathy Griffin was in this game." Like, no, wait, I think he might be talking about Raymond. I'm not sure. Like,
in this game, yeah, maybe. That's hilarious either way, though, because they both kind of look like her. That is so funny. Yeah. Oh my god, I literally almost spit out my beer. I was taking a sip and I was like, yeah. Oh, that's so great. These comments are literally making me live right now. Like, I would not even want to be playing this right now if it wasn't for, like, all these people cracking me up.
Gelman said, I liked her accent. But, wait, which character, though? Like,
accent. Who were we talking about? Oh, Sheva, maybe?
Maybe Sheva.
Because Sheva has a nice accent. Excella has a really nice accent, too, my Italian bitch.
Yeah.
Gioni. I like it.
Oh,
Where
yeah,
am
he
I
was talking
going?
about
Oh, Sheva, yeah. I can honestly say I don't know where the fuck I'm going now at this point. I just beat the comms officer. I got the key. Oh, I think I know where I have to go. I have to go on the stupid elevator, right? I don't know why it's stupid, but it just is because I don't know where I'm going. Oh, I know where I'm going now. Never mind, I figured it out.
The elevator's great, Brandy. Have you managed to like ditch your partner yet? Because that's always fun.
Oh, when you just go in there and then they just appear right next to you a second later.
They just teleport later somewhere else. But
you know the magic elevator from RE0 that people make fun of a lot because it makes no sense? There's that elevator that like lets you go back all the way to the train, because the whole thing with dropping items was so dumb. It's like, dude, I get that you were trying to make it easier, but give us item boxes and the ability to drop items. Then it would solve all of our problems. That's the only complaint I really have about Zero, is that whole thing is annoying. But guess what I love about RE0, guys? Can you guess? Can you guess? Can you guess what I love about RE0? How dare you? How dare you know me so well?
Ron said Excella provided the drama I needed.
Oh my god, right? Excella is my bitch. We were talking about this before we started this show, or was it earlier, before we had like all these people in here, how much all of us appreciate Excella, and I absolutely love her. I think she's one of my favorite. It's a bold statement, but I really think Excella is one of my favorite, like, quote-unquote newer characters to come out of this year, like one-time characters, because she's so fucking hilarious, and she's like the representation of us Wesker fangirls with her French tip nails and her like flirtation. She's so wants his dick in that one scene, and he's just like, nah, girl.
I know.
I gotta focus right now. Maybe later, girl.
Like mushes her away. Like, get the fuck off.
He totally does. He like grabs her face like he's about to like probably give her this kiss, and she's probably like, ooh, she's getting ready for it, and then just throws her to the side. She's like, oh, okay. Remember how mad she gets when he's like, the plan is in its final stages, I will not tolerate delay, and she just like she gets like this bitch face on. I love it. Oh my god, it's so great.
Looks at him and she's like, oh.
I know. It's like a whole sigh, yeah, and she storms off. Oh, I love her. Her whole character design is fantastic to me. I love it. I love the sexy like look of her too, and this like she has this very prissy look to her, like she's like a stuck-up bitch, but like you love her anyway.
Yeah. Like, you know, I like back in the day. Oh my god, fucking 11 years ago. But
isn't that crazy? I know. Yeah.
Yeah, when Resident 5 first came out, like
we're all old guys.
I know. There's this ongoing joke about between like my friends and I about like Jill, because like we would call her like when she was like in her plague doctor uniform before the reveal, even though we knew it was her, but like we would call her like Darth
Bird
Vader
Lady,
Jill.
Darth Vader Jill. I fucking love Bird Lady, man. That's like my favorite. I have an unfinished tattoo of Bird Lady, actually.
Oh yeah, you do.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you have your bitch. You got to say your other one, Dylan. Your other Resident Evil one.
Oh no, I have the Umbrella logo on.
Oh,
my
the Umbrella. I forgot about that.
shoulder, but it's like the Umbrella Chronicles one, so it's like looks all scratched up and like broken.
Yeah, I like that one.
And then I have on my arm, I have the bitch in the red dress and like a fancy font.
I know, it's awesome. It looks like Ada. I love it.
Nice. Yeah, with like, as a matter of fact, I think it might have been that same scene where Excella was trying to seduce Wesker or something, and then like
Oh, Jill comes in. Yeah.
Yeah, she comes in like all fucking Darth Vader-esque, and she's like,
the BSA. Yeah. It's true though.
Like, we just used to fuck with her like all the time. Let's see. We got some more comments here.
Hooray! Well, this is exciting.
Yeah, Rock Sandwich said, "I found my people." XO.
Oh, that's sweet. Is he talking about all of us because we love you?
Yeah, we love you, Ross. And he said, "Oh, honey, been there." I think he was talking about getting like advances kind of like just shut down or something.
Oh, I think we've all been there. Let's be honest. I'm a girl and I've been there, so shut up.
Yeah. Yeah. And then Resident Evil made fun of her her line. He even spelled it out.
What is it? What?
Maybe I tell you, maybe I won't.
You sound just like her! Holy shit, I love that! Maybe I love her. Oh my, I can quote literally all Excella's lines. That's how much I love that bitch. I don't know what it is about it, and the way she oh my god. She's like, you spent so long trying to track down Ouroboros. Well, here, enjoy. And it's like right up on her cleavage.
Oh my god. Like...
Excella's the type of villain I want to be. I don't want to have my French nails on with my big bun in my hair with my nice low-cut dress and my boobs sticking out. I want to be hot. She's like the... And I want to have Wesker, like, reject me, even though later on he'll probably fuck with me anyway. It's all good.
Yeah, like, honestly, no, I totally agree with that sentiment, because, like, if I were a villain, then... like, I totally would be on, like, fucking Jessica Sherwood's, like, Forever 21 binge. Like, it's like this girl goes, like, shopping, like, and they're just like, no, you're not supposed to wear that. And she's just like, well, guess what? I'm doing it anyway.
Well, guess what?
Like, and she just wears, like, whatever the hell she wants.
I love it. I know. I love her stiletto. Like, she doesn't look like the stereotypical, like, villain. I don't know if that's, like, not that, you know, villains aren't, like, they always have, like, some type of sex appeal to them. Like, even, like, Alexia to a certain degree had that. Like, a lot of female villains have that, but Excella just, like, took that, like, sexy, like, she just, like, I don't know why I love her so much. Goddamn, she's just awesome. Like, I could, like, fangirl about her for forever. I really wish she didn't die and she sort of, like, would have maybe came back in another game, but I don't think they would have. They kind of just do one, like, character, like, one thing per game now. I feel like nobody ever really transfers over to the next game anymore. It's kind of like everybody just dies and then they're like, okay, fuck it. Like, everybody thought that Chris would have passed the torch to Piers, and then he just fucking died at the end of 6, which I actually think was a bold move, though, because people really liked him and it was really sad and tragic that he did die, but it was kind of like, no, now who's gonna be...
If they had done that, you guys were just talking about, like, finishing our character stories and then moving on to new characters. If they had done that with Piers, I would have been perfectly fine with it now.
Yeah, because he's a really good character.
Great, yeah. Alright, well, I got twisted and instant killed by the big fucking green thing, so I'm not worried about that.
Fuck, am I gonna be dealing with I'm at the cutscene, right? You're, like, significantly ahead of me, Dylan, but it's fine.
Well, I think I went where
Raymond looks fucking weird.
So I didn't have to go there, I don't think. So.
Oh my god. Okay, so Ross just said a line and he spelled it out the way that Excella.
Oh, I love that we're still on Excella. That's awesome. What do you say?
Jill. You're like a broken record, you know that?
I love that. Yeah, Jill. And she does. She says it just like that. I can see her, like, her fucking, like, hand gesture while she does it too. Where's Jill? Jill. Yeah. She's like such a bitch.
Like, I think it was when they were on that elevator, Chris and Sheva, after they just killed that giant, whatever the fuck that thing was. And, like, it's like they're in this elevator with, like, all these pod people and stuff like that. And then Chris and Sheva, they're talking to Excella, like, on the little monitor. And then, like, I think Chris says, like, I think he's like, where's Jill? You know, and then Excella just does, like, this, like, little trolling giggle to him, like,
yeah. It sounds like her. Oh my god. Oh, I love it. Oh my god, it's so true. Or has anybody ever played Mercenaries and played as Excella? Because she's fucking great in that too, where she just, like, mocks the enemies. Or, like, if you're like, Dylan, you always say that she says something really funny, like if you're like calling her as your part.
Yeah,
she's
taunt.
Her taunt.
Oh, you're just not ready for me. You're still a child.
Yeah. See, those are like.
Or when your partner's dying and you're calling for help.
What does she say?
Whining.
Stop your whining. Yes, you're, like, dying. Oh, I love it. She is so good. Like, I am so glad. Oh, when she bitch slaps the times, or when she bitch slaps even the enemy. Oh my god, it's so great. I love that I'm not the only one. I'm learning now that appreciates and likes Excella, because I always felt like, you know, people were like, well, you know, take her or leave her. She's just from RE5, but I fucking love her, and she definitely stands out in that game. The brief amount of times that she's in it, every time she's on screen, I'm just like, yeah, girl, you got it. It's her whole design too. Like, she just has this, like, feminine, like, design that just appeals to me, and I'm completely straight, but I just think she's fucking hot. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
so
I what was it? I think like her voice line in Mercenaries, like, you know, like we were just talking about, it's so hilarious. Even when she's getting grappled by, like, a fucking enemy with like some Venus flytrap mouth. Like, you know, you would think that you would sound like frantic, but she's still all seductive. She's like, give me some head. It's like, what the fuck?
Forever seductive. Oh my god, that's so great. I love it. Oh my god. See, I'm glad. I'm super glad to learn again that I'm not the only one. She's fucking awesome. I wish she was actually in it more. Like, and then Wesker obviously is a dick and betrays her, which we all should have saw coming, and she should have probably saw coming too. But she was so blind by her, like, "Hey, guy."
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Let's see. Oh my god, Excella in Mercenaries was a delight.
Awesome.
Is so much fun. I love her. Yeah, it's a lot of love here for Excella from the looks of it. So,
you guys are awesome. No, these batch of people that are watching, you guys are awesome. Like, you guys been super supportive of every dumb thing I've said tonight, so that's kind of nice. Like, I said, like, oh, I love Billy. People are gonna get tired of me saying Billy, and they're like, nah, Billy's awesome. I'm like, oh, I'm the only one that likes Excella. They're like, no, Excella's awesome. I'm like, oh, I don't really like RE7. People are gonna hate me, and they're like, nah, girl, you all right. I'm like, okay, I can appreciate my controversial comments, which can honestly get worse, but I will not make them worse tonight. I mean, it depends on what people ask me. If they're like, hey, Brandy, be honest about A, B, and C, I will always be honest. I'm just saying.
Of course.
But
you know, like, and you should feel like you don't have to, like, you know, like, censor yourself about that, because at the end of the day, like, you know, we're all fans, so, like,
exactly.
You know, to kind of cower over your opinion just because you know that X amount of people aren't gonna like it is just kind of unfair in general.
Right.
Because it's like, hey, I've been playing these games too. Like, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So back off. Like.
Yeah,
you know?
no, and like back off, exactly. And like, real talk, like, I've been playing the game since they came out. Like, I was like a fucking child when they first came out, but like, I would watch my dad and brother play. Like, I've grown up with them, so I feel like, again, I don't ever want to be that cocky shithead that's like, oh, I've been in this series since the beginning, so I'm allowed to have, like, but I mean, honestly, when it boils down to it, like, us fans that have played them since the very, very beginning, or have grown up with them or whatever, like, I feel like we do have a little bit of leeway to say what, I mean, everybody has the you know, the opportunity to say whatever they want. It's a free country, it's a free whatever, like, you can say whatever the fuck you want, whatever. But when I feel like, I don't know, I don't want to sound like offensive either. I don't even know how to word this without sounding offensive, but I just feel like, again, us seasoned veterans of the series, if you will, us old heads, if you we just have, I don't know, we definitely, I think we have a little bit of stronger opinions too, because we've been through so much shit with this series, like, so many things changing and everything being so drastic and crazy. It's just like, you know, I don't know.
No, absolutely. But, you know, like, it would be the equivalent if I were to, like, let's say, like, I were to just watch fucking, I don't know, The Rise of Skywalker, like, tomorrow. Right? And then I go back and I watch all the Star Wars movies, right?
Yeah.
You know how, like, all these people are kind of, like, you know, complaining about certain things or whatever. Like, who the hell would I be? Even though I just got into this franchise yesterday.
No, it's true.
Tell, like, these people who've been watching since, like, 1970 fucking 8 and shit. You know, like, oh, you need to stop complaining because I think it's fine. It's like, what? Like, who even are you? Like,
no, it's 100% the truth. Yeah. No, that's a really good example to use, because I couldn't think of how to word it without, again, I don't ever want to be offensive, because I think even the new fans that have joined this year, I love that too. I love how Resident Evil still resonates with people. I love how it's still pulling in newer fans. Like, I love that. The fact that it stood the test of time is awesome. And the fact that those older games are still being played, because, I mean, with the RE0 and remake HD re-releases, and then RE4 will fucking always be around. I shouldn't even mention that one will always fucking stand the test of time. But I just love that those were even re-released, and Code Veronica being re-released for the HD re-release it was actually quite a few years ago now, because it came out for Xbox 360 and PS3, I believe, the first time it was re-released for the HD whatever. But I mean, even Code Veronica, like a game that came out on the Dreamcast, so it's just awesome that people still care about these games. So I would never be like, oh, these new fans, like, can't be like, they're totally, it's awesome that they're fans, but again, you can't be a cocky shithead. That's just the end of the day. There's my philosophy.
Like, we can all coexist, and even being a veteran, like, I don't try to kind of belittle, like, a newcomer's
exactly. Right.
You know, like, because it, you know, at the end of the day, like it's not like a gatekeeping like franchise. Like, you know,
Right.
although some people try to, you know, do that with the franchise, which really sucks. But at the
I
end
know,
of the
I
day,
hate that. Yeah. Yeah.
you know, like we all love these games, and you know, we all love the fandom and the lore and the characters and stuff like that. So it's, you know,
Yeah.
like that's precisely why like my Twitter like is the way that it is. You know, it's like anybody like it's a safe space for anybody. Like if you didn't like something about this Resident Evil, like feel free to like, you know, vent about it here. You know, like
Yeah, no,
but
I
the
love that.
second-
I've noticed that about your Twitter because like I'll put like you'll post and I don't comment on absolutely everything people post like all the time. I'll just like I'll see something but I mean when I do comment I always feel like, you know, I get a lot of support from people that follow you or like, and that's awesome. It's awesome to sort of be able to I'm also extremely lost, but I've been wandering around the casino for like 20 minutes as we're talking about. It's like super dark in the casino. Where do I go, Dylan?
I was just doing the same thing. That's why I was silent. You gotta go back up. Where have you gotten the sniper yet?
I did, yeah.
Okay, you go back there and you can swim under the thing now. So I think you do something.
Oh,
with
I
the
gotta
power here.
swim.
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Either
Well,
way-
we'll
either way,
figure it
there's a
out
bunch
as
of
we're
shit here.
rambling. It's fine.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, to sort of wrap up that conversation though, I love your Twitter, Josh. It's awesome. It does feel like a place where all types of fans can go. And, you know, even though, like you said, you yourself are a seasoned veteran, sounds so weird to say that when we're all like in like our 20s or whatever, we're so old, but like we've grown up with the series, we're allowed to say that. But I do like, yeah, your Twitter, and I always love this stuff. I always look forward to the things that you post, especially when you like, you do this thing a lot where like, you'll like quote the series or you'll do something of a moment that happened in the series and put like a gif that just fits with it perfectly. That's the type of sense of humor I absolutely love that when you do that. You'll be like Claire thinking of this like when Steve's about to go kiss her in or whatever, like just anything, and you'll just put like a gif that like fits with that perfectly, and I'm like, that's hilarious. I love it.
Well, I'm glad, you know, like and I'm glad that, you know, a lot of people like the stuff that I put out there, because like at the end of the day, like I'm not some like big YouTuber, I'm not some big like content creator, I'm just a fan like everybody else, you know, and like I don't ever kind of like view myself as above anyone, you know. That's why when people, you know, like that's why when I got fucking fan art one time, I was like, wait, what?
That's awesome! Oh my god! Well, it's funny because I've always seen you as, and of course we're friends and we did the podcast before, so of course I see you on like that level too. Like we're friends and we both love the series. But I mean, even when I look at your Twitter, and I know you're super like humble and modest and nice and like, but as an outsider looking in, I will say you are super popular on Twitter, and that's really awesome. And I think you deserve it because again, you're funny, you're witty, you're nice to people, you're willing to listen to other people's opinions no matter what they like, even if you don't agree with them. Like you never shut anybody down. Like I love that. So I definitely think, you know, again, I know you're like super like modest about it, but I love how popular you are, because it's nice that somebody that is actually a nice person, you know, has that type of following. I like that. And very funny. You have the funniness too. I just got instant killed by that green thing too, by the way, Dylan. So I'm just it's all good. I didn't really expect it to be in there as I was complimenting Josh, but it was there. But anyway.
Evil just said, if we can't go to Josh's, where the hell can we go?
Oh, I love that. That's very true. I love it.
So let's see. So we covered favorite characters in the series.
Wait, but Josh, I know yours is Claire, but if you had to pick anybody, I always wanted to ask you this, if you had to pick anybody else besides Claire, who would it be? For like, not even just favorite, but like you said earlier, like most interesting, or just somebody you'd want to see maybe return that hasn't for a while. Like, who would you pick at this point with the series?
Oh my god, that's such a tough one.
It is. It's hard.
Yeah, because it's such a broad spectrum. There's so many characters.
Yeah, that's true.
Jill, like, I mean, I love Jill as a character, you know.
Yeah.
And like, it's so hard.
It really is.
So, I want to say Jill because, like, I mean, even though she's not like 100% my favorite, like, I will still fight for Jill to be in a game, you know, in a new canon entry, because like.
She's Jill fucking Valentine.
Yeah, she's been done wrong, and like, it's
Yeah.
what she deserves. What she deserves. She's a leading lady from the
Yeah.
franchise. She's so iconic, like to the point that even people who aren't familiar with the franchise or don't. Even
Yeah,
even-
like know who she is, or yeah, I love that.
Like, you show them a picture of a woman in a blue tube top and a miniskirt, and they're gonna know.
They're like, yo,
that's Jill Valentine.
That's JV right there.
Yeah, exactly.
I love it.
As far as like the thing with me is like I usually go for characters that I can identify with like 100%. That's usually what kind of determines why they're my favorite. Like,
right.
So obviously Claire having a lot of the same qualities that I identify with. Like being good with kids. Like being,
that's
like,
adorable.
Yeah, I love kids. And she's just like really nice to everyone and just warm and caring.
Yeah.
I identify, but then like if she has to like handle business, she can handle business. She has that balance where it's like I can be this like amazing nanny, but I can also shut shit down if I have to.
Exactly.
And that's what I love about Claire.
She's relatable.
Yeah, definitely relatable. But as far as like a character that I absolutely like identify with as well, I'd probably say Sheva. And the reason why that is it's like just her fucking loyalty, just kind of.
Yeah, she's so loyal. That's a good. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Like I said, she literally sticks with Chris after the mission's pretty much like done at that point, and she's just like, oh my god, we should both get the fuck out of here. And then he's just like, no, Jill. And she's like, okay, fine, I'll go with you. Like, I love that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, she like, for fuck's sake, like most people, like the second most people, like let's say it was just anybody else who was Chris's partner. And like, Wesker shows up and he's teleporting all over the place. Like, I'm sure most people have been like, all right, Chris, you're on your own.
Yeah.
But she was still like, all right, you want to save your friend here. You didn't tell me that this guy
can
I know. Teleport. But I'm gonna
it's
fight
true.
by your side, and I just that loyalty, like loyalty is like such a big thing for me, and like being there for people through thick and thin. So I definitely identify with that, hands down. So I guess it would be Claire and Sheva, but.
Oh, that's awesome though. They're both good choices. So, especially for the reasons that you gave. Like, I really do like how. I agree with both characters, but I love Claire's like thing. And you know what's sad though, and I think we've talked about this before, how in Revelations 2 that was just completely taken away from Claire though. Her whole like. Not even just like the look of Claire and the voice and everything that we can all bitch about all day, but like even like her character was like it just wasn't. I don't know. It was. I don't know.
It was honestly, it was a slap in the face.
Yeah.
Like, it was really disrespectful.
I agree. Yeah.
Like I get it. Like you want to kind of like show that Moira has like that big sister thing for like Polly or whatever.
Yeah, they wanted to sort of give it to her, but yeah.
Yeah, you didn't have to like completely botch Claire in order to do that.
I agree.
It's just kind of like, and then the fact that they rubbed it in by having Claire go, "Wow, you're really good with kids," Like,
I love that she sounds like that. It's true. Yeah, no, it's 100% true.
Yeah, but like. I don't know.
Like Dylan always describes Claire in Revelations 2 as just like she cared way more about like her boyfriend than she did about like this little girl in danger, which was never Claire ever. Like she always put the sort of child character above.
There's literally a line where she says Moira's like, "Oh, we should go after the girl or something," she says that, and Claire's like, "Oh no, something she'll be fine or something. We gotta find you." She said something like that. Like,
wow.
It was the little girl's not. She can handle herself, but this I need to find
my grown ass boyfriend. Yeah.
There was that line where she's just like, "Where are you, Neil?" And then Moira is like, "What did she say?" She's like, "Neil, what about the girl?"
Yeah,
like,
what about That is so insulting to the character.
We talked about a little yesterday, Josh.
Yeah.
About man, how they just.
Yeah. He just really didn't care with that one. Like, and it shows.
Yeah, and how like Allison, if she was doing it, she would have been reading the script and then like.
I feel like she would have had more of an opinion.
Are you writing the right character? Because this is not the character.
I feel like Allison would have stood up for Claire and been like, "Yo, this is not Claire at all."
Yeah, like, you want to recast me? See what happens. See what.
Yeah.
She would have been like, excuse me, but you guys need to fix this because, like, I'm not reading this bullshit. Let's see. We have some some comments here ever since the last comment read.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. Resident Evil said, "I identify with Ada. Give me my grapple gun and leave your kids at the door."
That's great. Oh my god, I love it.
Gel Man says, "I relate to Ethan. I'm a coward." Aw. Let's see. Ross, I guess he was agreeing with the sentiment that I made about Sheva, where it's like most people would have left Chris the second they saw Wesker teleporting, and he said,
"Yeah,
if I was Sheva, I would head the fuck out." Then he said, "I repeat, Josh has taste." Aw, thank you. Resident Evil said, "Moira and Polly Pocket can go somewhere."
Polly Pocket, I love it. That's great.
They really just forced that whole relationship with Claire. And then I guess Ross is talking about Neil. They said, "He's a grown-ass man," shaking my head.
Right.
Oh my god, says Neil needs me. And Moira's like, question mark, question mark, question mark. Let's see, Dieball said, "Yeah, really hated Claire's treatment," talking about Revelations 2. And
yeah,
then,
it's a shame.
Oh my god. Resident Evil said, "Leave it, James Baker." I think, like, okay, so I know Resident Evil, you know, and, he...
You're making me laugh before you even say anything.
It's because he knows who the actual voice actor is behind that James Baker.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, he was about to say it, but then he like intentionally cut it off.
Well,
yeah,
he was nice. He was nice about it. That's good. That's classy. That's classy. I like that.
We stand a classy guy, so.
Right. Speaking of classy, I may have to go to the bathroom again. As classy as that is. I'm super confused, Dylan. I went back to the room.
Find the power? Yeah,
no,
yeah,
I didn't. I think we're running around. Can somebody help us?
Now. No, I'm past that now.
Okay.
I went all the way to that other room and got the extra stuff, and then I went back to the casino, and as soon as I walked in, I was like, oh, the switch is right there.
Oh, whoops.
Right,
then I just
next
spent...
to the naked lady that you scan her boobs.
Oh, you scan her boobs. I forgot. I apologize in advance to anybody that watches me run around for 20. Hopefully our commentary was entertaining enough that me running around doesn't really fucking matter. But holy shit, I just ran around. I just wasted like 20 to like 30 minutes, I would say, of fucking time.
It's fun.
Yeah, we're good, right? Everybody still loves us, right?
But we can fill the wandering.
We can just keep wandering. Oh my god. But yeah, I really before we fight whatever. Oh, I know what's gonna come out in this casino.
Next, yeah. Well.
No, I thought we fight something in the casino, don't we? Or is that later when we're Chris?
No, that's late. I think that's when we come back because I went through the casino and I'm
looking
for a key and I'm heading back and I'm gonna get Rachel.
Then I'm gonna go to the bathroom before I keep forgetting how many people are watching and I don't want to be like that dirty bitch that's like. I'm gonna go take a pee-pee. Can I say it like that? Because again, and this is my second pee. You know what that means? Once you break the seal, I'm sure everybody knows what that means when you're drinking.
Yeah.
You just keep peeing every 5 minutes. So I'm notorious for that. So I actually did pretty good in between this pee and the last one. But guarantee I'm gonna come back and be like, "Yo, 5 minutes later, gotta go again." It always happens. But my apartment's small. I'll be back in like a minute.
Gotcha.
All right, so I'm gonna mute, and if there's comments or whatever you guys want to discuss, if there's questions, wait till I come back.
Okay.
All right, I'll be back.
Okay. All right, so I guess I can ask you this. This hasn't been asked yet. There is a question here in the comments that I will wait to talk about, I guess, when Brandon comes back. But so we already talked about like our favorite characters and stuff like that. If we could choose like the worst possible character in Resident Evil, like by your opinion, you know, obviously,
right?
You know, who would you choose?
Who would I choose, man? You know, knee jerk. Ashley popped into my head, but No. Ethan aside, because he's a blank, whatever.
Yeah.
And I'll lump them together, and I'm not just saying this because I'm saying it to you, but
Yeah.
Angela is such a fucking waste of space. She really is. Not even as much as Helena. Angela's a fucking waste of space.
Well, I love what I just came back on. I just came back to that conversation.
No, I'd say her. She's just, and just again, her stealing the spotlight from Claire when Claire fucking came back and she was so good in that movie.
Yeah.
And just unforgivable. So I'd go with her. She's worthless, and her taking the role away from fucking Allison, I swear to God.
Are you guys talking about least favorite characters?
Yeah, that wasn't a question in the comments. That was one that I just decided to like.
Wait. So what did you pick then, Josh?
No, I didn't pick one yet. That was him saying.
Oh.
That was, yeah. So you're up next. Like, who's your least favorite character?
That's actually hard because I don't. Oh, there's a lot of them. There's a lot that could be potential.
I
Like,
guess Brandy, who was the first one that popped in my head, and then I decided no, somebody else is worse. Who do you think popped in my head first is worse?
Did you have? Oh wait, would this be obvious to me if you like told me?
Yes.
Should I know this?
We just beat the game.
We just beat the. Oh, Ashley. Oh, duh. Yeah. I'm surprised you didn't pick.
That was the first off my head, but no, Angela's worse. She's more offensive to me.
See, Ashley never really bothered me, so I wouldn't pick her. Angela is annoying, but is she like the absolute? I don't know, man. That's hard. There's a lot of bad characters in Resident Evil. As much as there's super good ones, and I love the franchise, there's also like really bad ones too. So, I would have. I'm trying to run through all the games in my head and see like who just gets who do I just think has just like nothing to offer, and that would probably be. I mean, Angela's a pretty close one, but honestly, like. It might honestly. This is gonna sound bad. Well, I don't know if it's going to sound bad, but whatever. It might be somebody from this game that we're currently playing, just because I think the story of this game is so fucking bad, and like, again, really, like, and I don't think any of the characters in this game are interesting at fucking all. Maybe with the exception of Jessica, not just because Dylan loves her, but she at least has an interesting personality, and maybe like because Chris and Jill are the main, but even Chris and Jill are sort of meh in this game. Well, specifically Jill, but even though Chris is still Roger Craig Smith and he's consistent with the way he looks, even him for whatever reason they didn't give him a whole lot of like personality in this game. I don't know. That's actually a really hard question. That's funny that's harder for me to answer, like least favorite, because there's so many bad ones. Sounds bad, but there's a lot of bad versus like my favorite character.
I don't know if there's more characters you dislike more, but you're not a fan of Sadler whatsoever.
Oh, that's actually a good one. And I was trying to run back over my head of all the games that I love, and I'm like, Sadler's bad. Like, here's my argument of that. I love RE4. I have said that so many. I'm like a RE4 whore, like all day. Leon, like I love Leon in that game. That was when he became super fucking hot. Everybody knows that. Yeah. There's no secret there. So, and not even just that. Like, I just think it's a fantastic game. Although I know it has its flaws and certain things about it. But to me, I consider it a classic at this point. I love RE4. However, it's sad that a game that is that brilliant and that well made with that great of atmosphere, and Shinji Mikami's last game, and it had a horrible, to me anyway, final villain. Like, I just don't think Sadler is interesting at fucking all. I think he's like, and the like pompous like way that he talks to Leon in those like phone. I hate that. He's like, yeah, the American pig. Like he's not. That's not how a villain should be. Like, and that's like talking about like thinking about like Wesker and like Alexia, and even like honestly, people might be like, what the fuck? But even like I really liked Marcus from RE0. Like there's really good villains in the series, and then you get to him.
Marcus is incredible.
No, he's great. I mean, his whole mode.
His little anime version. Like,
yeah.
Stupid, but
he just looks like a Final Fantasy character, but yeah. Oh god, again, I've been running around this casino for 5 minutes, and now I fucking figured out what to do. Anyway, sorry, that was just me. But yeah, no, Sadler's a good choice, Dylan. That might be. But overall, I honestly can't really pick as of this recording. But I would say Sadler's a good choice. Angela, Helena's pretty meh. I guess, or Ethan, I guess, would be a good one because I don't like RE7 at all. But like to me, like I don't even count him, so I don't know. But do you have an answer, Josh? As it took me again 25 minutes to answer, I apologize.
No, you're fine. There are so many characters, so it's kind of you got to go through the archives there.
Yeah, you have to really think about it. If you say Billy Cohen, we cannot be friends anymore. It's like I know you wouldn't say.
No. I love Billy Cohen.
I know.
And he's a Queen fan, just like Claire.
Yes! Oh my god, those Queen... And I'm a huge Queen fan because, you know, it's Queen. Fucking come on. Yeah. So when I found out all those Queen references in the games, I'm like, holy shit, somebody on the team was a Queen fan, and I stand. I applaud that.
Definitely. Sure. Let's see. As far as the characters that I hate the most, this is gonna sound so biased. Like it really is, and it's because they're voiced by the same people, and it's a toss-up between Helena and Angela. And the reason
which is good.
Why? Yeah, like the reason why is because, like, for starters, like honestly, I would much rather see Ashley again, even though she was really obnoxious at times.
Yeah.
You know, you know, like it's like like we get it, but
yeah. But she was made to be like, I feel like detestable and like an asshole. Like no, you were supposed to really not like her. Whereas I feel like Angela and the Helena, they were meant to be likable, like main characters, and you're kind of like, it doesn't really work. 107.
Yeah, it definitely like it didn't work with. Okay, so Angela, like it was that whole thing was first of all like you introduce this character that's basically taking the spot that Claire should have been in, and it's not like I'm pissed off because it should have been Claire kind of thing. It's like no, genuinely, like the trailer had advertised that it was going to be Claire and
Leon like reunited,
during versus this big fucking like G creature or whatever. But then we get this thing, like this Steven, this barbarian.
That's true though.
You know, and then like you guys didn't even bother to make her character interesting at that. It's like
it's true.
Like even her design looks so bland. It's like,
it's really generic.
Yeah, just wearing some SWAT team uniform and has like this fucking French braid, and you know, like you just look so basic. Like I can't even be like, oh yeah, she's hot. Like no, you know,
she's not.
Worse at the end of the movie when you know she's wearing her polka dot dress. You know, it's like the most. Like the most disturbing sight to be had because, like, I'm sure she swears she's hot shit, but she's really not. She fucking looks awful. But yeah.
No, she does. She does. She looks awful.
Like it's like the character, which just felt like it was like this forced kind of like, yeah, you guys need to feel something for her, but it just never came across me, you know, and I couldn't feel shit for her. So
I agree.
Then leaning over to Helena, it's like, man.
It was like the same thing basically, which is a shame.
Yeah, it's like you. First of all, like you know, you now you want to like finish Simmons, and it's not because of what he plans to do to the entire world.
It's because he. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
You know, so that's what I mean about Sheva's like not having a hidden agenda. You know, because
she's just like genuinely there for Chris, which I like to support him and like be like, I love that.
Exactly. You know, she was willing to like fucking let go of Chris's hand so that Wesker would die. Like she was willing to kill herself.
Oh yeah, on that part. I forgot about that part. Yeah, that part's awesome. I remember that.
Yeah. But Helena, like the entire time she's like manipulating, and then on top of that, at the end, like when she should have been like arrested, you know.
Oh
like,
yeah.
Of killing, you know, like Simmons, like this, but you really got the entire president of the United fucking States
killed, and they just forgive you.
Like, you should be in Guantanamo Bay right now, being like waterboarded, like, but for some reason,
like, oh, no, it's fine, it's fine, yeah, it's fine.
You know, we'll just get a new president, like, it's all good. Yeah,
we'll just get a new president. We don't care. I love that. Yeah, you would think that the U.S. government would have a little more like, you know, like, all right, girl, you might be a good person, you may have had good reason, but they wouldn't have gave a fuck. She fucking got the president killed.
Exactly. So, you know, like...
And Hunnigan's all nice to her at the end. I'm like, girl.
I know.
I know.
Like, what are you doing, sis? Like, put some handcuffs on her right now. Like, arrest her.
Oh my god, that's so great. That's true. No, I can... you guys both had really solid, good answers. They are... Because honestly, I can agree 100% with both of them. Like, Helena and Angela are just, like, the least interesting. And the fact that they're... Again, no super shade. I mean, I guess a little bit of shade, but the fact that they're voiced by the same voice actor too, but they're just not interesting. I don't know. And it's funny that you said the thing about Angela thinking she's hot at the end, because I watch these guys on YouTube play video games. They're hilarious. They're really, really funny. And they said that the only thing they really remember about, they didn't even remember her name. They're like, oh yeah, that hot girl with the big boobs at the end. I'm like, that's literally all they took away from Angela, is that like she's got big boobs. Like, that's a shame. Whereas when you think of Claire and you think of Jill, like, while they're fucking, they're good looking girls and they have their body and everything, that's not the only thing you think of when you think of Chris, or Chris. Wow. Yeah, you think of his muscles when you think of Chris, Claire and Jill. So I don't know. It's kind of like funny that they were like, oh yeah, that officer lady with the big boobs, that's what they literally call her, and I'm like, that's funny.
And you know, it's crazy that you bring up, you know, Jill and Claire, because like I actually had a conversation with another friend a while back about, like, you know, how nowadays it's like, okay, we understand, like, you know, video game females can be sexualized sometimes, and sometimes they're like, you know, like wearing like, you know, overly kind of like provocative outfits and stuff like that. But you know, like the thing about like characters like Jill and Claire, like, you know, like, yeah, Jill was wearing a tube top and a mini skirt in Resident Evil 3.
But I never felt like it, honestly, and I'm a female, this is from a female perspective, I never felt once that she was being overly sexualized in that. Like, I thought it was a little, you know, like, oh, you know, she's going out in a zombie apocalypse, but like when, you know, I also thought maybe that's just how Jill likes to dress in the summer when it's downtime. Well, it's not really summer, but and whatever. Like, she doesn't always have to be wearing like a military-esque like outfit. Like, she could be in her casual, and that's fine with me. And honestly, if you're friggin' hot and you look like Jill Valentine, wear all the fucking belly shirts and tube tops you want, girl. I feel you. I'm with Like, that embraces, you know? I feel like that, like, being like for a woman wearing whatever the fuck she wants embraces, like, I guess, I don't want to get like too political, but like feminism or whatever you want to say, more so than being like, oh, she shouldn't be wearing, like, that's bad to say that she shouldn't wear that.
Exactly. And you know, the funny thing is, like, even with her wearing that outfit, you know, you don't even focus on the fact that she's wearing it, because her character and what she's capable of
exactly
is so
it outshines that. If she was just some ditzy, like, I'm an idiot character, that it would be a lot more insulting. But and Claire in RE2, I don't really understand why in the RE2 remake it was changed, because she doesn't seem at all overly sexual. Claire has never, to me, seemed overly sexual. Even in Degeneration, where she's super beautiful, I love the way she looks in that game, and she has like her little tight jeans on, and Steve staring at her ass in that one scene. I love it, but I don't feel like she was ever like to the point where you're like, oh, you can't take this character serious. She's just like, I don't think that of Claire at all. Look at her in Degeneration. She's like so covered up in Degeneration. It's like, girl, you are too modest right now. Like I don't know. I don't understand. I never understood the thing with Resident Evil females being sexual. I mean, if you think of characters like Excella, she's meant to be the way that she is, though. Like, she's meant, there's a reason why Excella is all scandally clad or whatever, like, and it works for her. And like Ada's got her sexy red dress thing going on. It's just Ada. Like, when it fits with the character, it doesn't, people get so crazily offended. I don't get offended by that at all.
Yeah, definitely. You know, like, like you focus more on the character and what they're capable of, as opposed to
like what they're,
you know,
where exactly.
It doesn't even hold any kind of like factor over their character, like
right.
They're that good and they're like portrayed that well. So,
exactly.
You know, like you said, like if they were to make it like, you know, Jill like a ditzy kind of like, oh my god,
like an airhead, then it'd be insulting. But the fact that she's like super badass and capable and strong and smart, and, you know, honestly probably smarter than the male counterpart in that game, because it's funny that she just gets the one up on Carlos all the time. Like, if you think about it, the female like protagonists of Resident Evil are smarter a lot of the time than the male. I'm just saying, like, if you think of like Leon and Ada's like always one step ahead of fucking Leon in everything. I mean, she's ahead of everybody, but like with Leon, like she's like, and then he's kind of just like, what does she do? Like he never understands what the fuck her like motives are. And then you have you have like Billy and Rebecca. As much as I love Billy and been talking about him this whole time, like obviously in that game it's a little more obvious that like Rebecca's like the brains and Billy's just like the muscle in that get up. But I don't know, it's never like bothered me. Maybe I don't care that much, but it just doesn't bother me. But
no, trust me, yeah. I feel the same way. Like Resident Evil 2, even fucking Claire was like smarter than Leon. Like at this point, she found a whole kid. And she was like,
she found a whole kid? Is that what you said? I love that statement. And she was ready to bounce. Like, she was ready to leave the fucking station. And he's just like, oh no. Yeah.
Yeah, she called him and she's like, Leon, come in. We're leaving. And he's just like, what? Like, the streets are crawling with this
zombies.
Thing, you know?
Yeah, you sound just like it.
And she's just like, it's okay, we found a way throughout the sewers. Follow us later. Click and hangs up on him.
Hangs up on him.
He's like, Claire, wait! Man, why doesn't anybody listen to me?
That's exactly Leon and Ari too. I love it. Why doesn't anybody ever listen to me?
Yeah, like she's on top of her shit. She's just like,
oh my god,
listen. Like, you know, like I'm getting this girl out of here, and that's that. Period.
Yeah.
You know, it's like the female characters. I feel I told this to Dylan yesterday, but you know, even though the live action movies, like the Paul W.S. Anderson movies, are kind of like, you know.
Oh yeah. Overall, yeah.
Yeah, the one thing that he noticed about the Resident Evil movies, and he put in there, was that the women were at the forefront. You know?
Like, because he had Jill and yeah,
you forget like that the male characters are back there, because like Resident Evil has such well-written and strong iconic female characters that it's like they're a lot more compelling than a lot of the male characters in the most part.
It is true. It's true. Like, because I mean, the fact that Jill's my favorite character. Claire's up there too. I mean, I like a lot of the male characters too. But yeah, they're so unique and different than any other, I feel like, females in other, I don't want to say just in general other franchise. I'm sure there's other awesome badass females in other I mean, we have like Ellie from The Last of Us. She's fucking awesome, and she's like 14 and she can like, so I'm not saying that there's none at all in other franchises, but yeah, Resident Evil like is really good about that. And like I always love that they always balanced it too. It would be like one game would be like for one of the male protagonists, where the next one would be like, I liked how there used to be a really good balance. Now it just seems like they're fucking shoving Chris and fucking Leon up our asses every 2 seconds. But I mean, when they do bring the characters back at all, it seems to be them too, which is kind of unfortunate. But you know, they're still really great characters. I'm not trying to say, you know, with that being said, the popularity of them hasn't made me hate Leon or Chris at all, but it has made me be kind of like sick of seeing them in a way. And I was like a huge, like when I say a huge Leon fangirl, like you even asked Dylan, when Dylan and I first met, I was like, nope, Leon is the end all be all. Like I want to fuck him. He's fucking awesome. Like that was me. I was like the biggest Leon fangirl, and I still am. I still will. I love Leon as a kid, and especially when I go back and play RE4, I'm like, holy shit, he is a really good character. But the fact that they have overused Chris and Leon, it's kind of a shame, because it's like, where the fuck are Claire and Jill? And you know, there's other really good, or even Rebecca, like, and Billy, like I always keep saying, like there's other good characters besides Leon and Chris, just saying. But
yeah, exactly.
All the Resident Evil characters are great. Oh my god, I'm about to fight bitch, whatever her name is, so just in case I freak out. Yep, she grabbed me. Ew, she's got a tongue like all the other ones.
I just did, and then ended it completely red, so that'll be fun when I continue. But I'm gonna and go to the bathroom, and then I think I'm gonna end my stream.
Okay.
I'll be back.
As I fight this bitch, I'm just starting. Oh my gosh. And again, I feel like while we were talking, I had like a follow-up question, and now I can't remember, because this bitch came out and scared me. It was a question for you specifically, and I can't remember now. It was so we were talking about the characters. We're talking about the sexualization, as people say.
And then you mentioned that you, like, you know, you were tired of seeing, like...
Oh, like Leon and Chris, or, yeah. Oh, yeah, so which one out of the two of them do you prefer, Leon or Chris? I mean, they're both amazing characters. Like, it's not like you're like, oh, I hate this one because I like this one. But, like, which one do you, like, prefer out of or over the other, I guess?
Um, that is very difficult.
I know.
I honestly, it's a tough call because both of these characters have had so many different iterations of them.
That's true.
That they haven't really been as consistent, so it's like, I may have liked this character from this game, but not from these 3 other games that they were in.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah. So it makes it harder to be like definitively like, oh, this one's better than the other or whatever. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. I will say, like okay, so for instance, let's ignore all the classics and let's go off of
The more modern ones.
Yeah, the most recent iterations of 2 characters, and one of them is Chris Redfield from Resident Evil 7,
Yeah.
and Leon Kennedy from Resident Evil 2 Remake.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I think, honestly, I really loved Leon in the Resident
Yeah,
Evil 2
I did. I actually did too, as a Leon huge fangirl, and for me not really liking the RE2 remake, at least not to the way certain other fans did. I can agree with that though. Leon was done fantastically in that game. I mean, I feel like Leon's kind of hard to fuck up because he just always has the same sort of look to him. And they did super good in this. I mean, this was just another good version of. I mean, Leon. Don't get me wrong. It's not like he hasn't had a bad version. I didn't really dig his RE6 one that much, but that may have just been, him and Helena. I don't even really know what it was. He also looked extremely old, which I guess he was supposed to, but I don't know. I just didn't think he looked the way, I don't know. There's been bad versions of Leon, but I mean, overall, I think he's usually done pretty consistent and well, and I do think in RE2 Remake he was done really, really well. And I really appreciate and like his voice actor, and I apologize, I don't know his name, I probably should, but I like that he... do you know his name?
Yeah, it's Nick Apostolidis.
Oh yeah, it's hard to say. I remember that. Yeah, no,
Nick apostrophe or Nick Aeropastel or something like that.
I love Aeropasta. That's great. No, I appreciate that he seems like he actually is genuinely a huge fan of the series. He wasn't just some guy that just sort of picked up the job and didn't know what he was getting in. He really likes Resident Evil and appreciates the character of Leon, and actually even tweeted at Dylan. If Dylan's back, he can tell the story, but basically agreed that Paul Mercier is the superior Leon, which I absolutely love that he agreed with, because I mean, here's a guy who literally voiced the character and he agreed with Dylan, saying yeah, Paul Mercier is my preferred Leon too. I'm yo, that's fucking awesome. That's super down to earth for him to even say that, and the fact that he picked the best Leon, he knows he stepped into the shoes of an iconic ass character, and he wasn't trying to be a cocky shithead about it. He was just yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. And he definitely did a lot of research,
Yeah.
Because he had the final say on Leon's outfit, because for some reason the voice actors in Resident Evil 2 Remake did. I don't know why.
That's interesting.
And he had the final say, and because he has such an understanding of this franchise and actually knew all right, I'm playing babyface new to this whole thing, kind of Leon. I have to really incorporate an earlier iteration of Leon into my performance, which is what he did, because even though he didn't sound as derpy as original Resident Evil 2 Leon,
yeah, which we all love, the derpiness of Leon.
Yeah, he still had this very kind of gullible undertone to his character, and
which works for Leon. Yeah.
Yeah, meanwhile we all know what Ada is actually up to, and he's just I want to help, and he's just very
naive, yeah.
Very naive. And he really kind of found the perfect balance between being this fresh-faced, naive guy, but also having this kind of authoritative, I'm still a police officer kind of, characterization. So he did a fantastic job.
No, he definitely did. I really, he was the best one in that game. I really, really liked him, and I learning later that he was a huge fan of the series and did his research and played the games prior, and the fact that he cosplayed as Leon, I think recently, which was fucking awesome. I was that's awesome. Badass.
Yeah, it's literally he was done such a justice that it was okay, how can you not love this fucking Leon?
I know, it's true. Again, the closed-minded asshole of the series, still really, really, really liked Leon in the RE2 remake. He was done fantastically. He was I have very little complaints about him in comparison to the other characters in that game, but we don't have to get into that. But I mean,
honestly, But yeah, like, so I would probably say that I would probably choose
Leon
from the most
as of
recent
late.
iteration.
Yeah, that makes sense though. I can agree with that 100%.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I was muted for like a minute, but I was stuffing my face because I'm hungry. Doesn't that always happen when we're
You're all
streaming,
good.
Brandy?
What?
I'm like starving. Doesn't that always happen when we stream? We're like starving.
Oh yeah, we always end up like super hungry. Although like before we started, I went out, remember, and I ate like 20 wings,
Yeah.
so I'm on good. No, I probably didn't eat that many, but I ate wings and drank a beer, so I think I'm good for now.
Wait, did you end the stream already?
Me or Dylan? Dylan, did you end yours?
Did I? No. I had it paused when I.
He just
Got it.
muted himself. Why is there comments or people not liking us anymore?
No, let's see.
I think I am gonna end it after. You could read those couple comments. I don't want to.
Oh, okay. Well, Gelman just said babyface Leon, and then Resident Evil said, I'm glad that Nick at least did his homework on the character. Can't say the same for others. Shots fired.
I love it though.
But yeah, you know, like, I mean, I agree with you, but
Yeah.
You know. So yeah, but you know, I thank you guys for tuning in to the stream.
Yeah, thank you guys for all your comments and thank you for being like, yo, you're not that bad, Brandy, shut the fuck up. I'm like, oh, okay, thanks. Because like so many people are like, oh my god, you know, you're fine, and like agreed with me on some certain things, so that's awesome. It's always nice to talk to fans. It's like refreshing, I guess is the right word, to talk to fans that are not like stuck up, you know, assholes that like you can't possibly fathom that you have a different opinion. So that was really awesome to talk to people that were like, oh, you know, yeah, like whatever. So hopefully people will come back. Josh, you should super come back because this was so fun. I had so much fun just talking nonsense Resident Evil shit with you, like always. It's always fun.
You. Definitely, I would be honored to come back. Maybe I just squeeze it in my schedule, you know?
Well,
There you
I
go.
mean, we're all busy. We get it. So, I mean, we all have jobs and school and things that we're doing. So it's fine. We all get it. But I mean,
I'm totally gonna come back. It's not...
well, we all said weekends work the best for us. So, I mean, it's sad it's Sunday night now, which means I have to go back to work tomorrow. But I mean, I'm off every Friday or a Friday. I wish I was off on Friday, Saturday and Sunday. So whenever, I mean, if you can ever work that out, we could shoot. I mean, even if like Dylan and I are streaming and you happen to see it and you're like, hey guys, can I jump in? Like, fuck yeah, like anytime you want to, seriously, because it's always fun to talk to you. And again, it's fun to talk to fans that aren't assholes. Just to put it bluntly, like that don't freak the fuck out whenever I say, oh yeah, I don't really like RE7. You're like, Brandy, I'm gonna murder you in your sleep. I'm like, holy shit, okay.
Agreed.
Yeah. Wait, so actually, I just got the key from what's her name's dead body. Can I run back and save now, or is it gonna save?
Well, yeah, run back to where you were. That's the end of the episode.
Oh, maybe I fucked up somehow because I thought I ran back to where I was. Oh, no. Do I go on that big elevator thing with the key?
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Whoops.
Alright, well, I'm going to end my stream now, but yes, it was a lot of fun, Josh, and you definitely need to come back.
Awesome. Well,
Yes, and thank all the people that commented. You guys were awesome. You guys kept it.
Yeah.
You kept me from getting, you know, super mad at this game, to say the least. Oh my gosh.
Alright.
Oh yeah, you were right. You were right, Dylan. I'll never doubt you again. You were right. Oh, you know where I think we're gonna start next time? Isn't it the swimming parts? Because everything floods.
I don't know, but I'm gonna end it with my screen fucking, or begin it with my screen fucking red, so that'll be fun.
Oh yeah, you're hurt. Okay. Well, we're on mine still, but I think Dylan may have ended his.
I did, yeah.
Like I'm still streaming on my end, but I'm literally about to end it too after this cutscene. But that was so fun, though. As I'm still recording my end, but that was really fun.
Yeah, definitely. No, I just
Yeah, I'm gonna end mine now too. Bye bye.